No, thank you for this.
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting, just building off of what Irungu shared.
Yeah.
So Africa Eats, as the name implies, Africa, we are continent focused and eats. So we're focused on the food and agricultural value chain. But the underlying premise, it really builds off of what you just shared. The continent, the amount that is imported keeps, in terms of food, keeps on increasing, and not at the same rate at which exports are increasing within the agricultural value chain. A significant amount of the aid that comes into the country is also focused on food as well. So our key focus as Africa Eats is, we know we have the resources and the capacity and the capability to be able to feed the continent. And that's the underlying goal.
Absolutely.
How do we ensure that we provide the infrastructure needed to support the SMEs, so the small and medium-sized enterprises across the agricultural value chain? So that's the aggregators, those are the processors, those are the distributors, so that they can be able to reduce the average post-harvest loss. So in terms of, from farm to the fork, so to your plate, we see about 30 to 40% of food that's wasted at some point in that process. And so our goal is, how do we reduce that 30 to 40% post-harvest loss, that's a technical term they'd like to describe it, to single digits. We've been able to achieve that in our portfolio, and we want to be able to now make that consistent across different agricultural companies across the continent.
Okay. Before you explain why you're here in the market, I'd like to still get to understand a little bit more about Africa Eats in terms of your footprint first, and how long have you been in operation for you to achieve even that so far?
Great. So Africa Eats was incorporated in 2020 in Mauritius, but its genesis actually starts before that. My co-founder and I, Looney Libs, he had started a startup accelerator back in 2013, just globally focused, but there was a high concentration of food businesses within Africa. And so really it's from 2014 onwards, identifying that there's a great opportunity to grow and support food and ag-related businesses that the genesis really started. From that, we then took the food and ag companies in 2020, put them into Africa Eats in the middle of COVID. So in COVID, we realized these companies were now no longer startups. They were now growing and scaling, but in the middle of COVID, capital was an issue. And so that's when we came on board and said, let's formally create Africa Eats. We launched in Mauritius. We now have 23 food and ag companies across 9 different sub-Saharan African markets. And then they're exporting to another 9 markets or so within the continent.